Well, I apologize if you can't see me in the back, but this step is a little large and I don't want to rip my dress, so I'm going to stay down here if that's all right. But thank you so much for the very warm welcome. I do truly appreciate it. I used to live in Los Angeles for a little while, so it's fun coming back to California, and I've never actually visited up here in Silicon Valley yet, so I was really excited to have the opportunity. I am going to tell you a little bit more about myself, but first I just kind of want to explain a little bit about the Ms. America pageant. You may have seen some other pageants out there. Miss America is a competition for younger women, 18 to 24 years old, and that's what Teresa Scanlon, one of the young women that will be helping with the Power in Pageantry program. She comes from that program. And there's also the Miss USA pageant, which is owned by the Donald Trump organization, and that's 18 to 26 years old. The Ms. America pageant is for the distinguished women, I would like to say. I don't want to say older, because just because we are getting older doesn't mean we're any less beautiful. And I think that that's a really important message for women to know, because there's such a strong emphasis on youth, especially in our society, and being young is kind of continuous with being beautiful, and I don't think that that's true. I think you can age beautifully and gracefully, and so that's why I think the Ms. America pageant is such a great program. So that's kind of the difference between those, and as Catherine said, I did start pageants at a kind of young age. I was a senior in high school. I did the Junior Miss pageant, and I won my local pageant, but I went to state and I didn't even place. But I went back and I decided to try the Miss America system. I was encouraged by some of my friends because I sing and I have a good figure, I guess, and some good things going for me. So they said, hey, why don't you give this a try again? So I went back, and I didn't win my first year, but I went back the second year, and then I won Miss Indiana in the Miss America system, and I went on to place second at the Miss America pageant in 2008. So even though I didn't make it the very first time, I still had a positive attitude, and I learned so much from pageants, and that's something that I really want everyone to take away from this experience, is that pageants is more than just the 2 hours on stage that you see on television. It's the preparation beforehand that all these women go through, and it's also everything that happens after you win the title, or even if you don't. I have put in countless hours of volunteer work with my personal platforms and the things that I'm passionate about. And every single woman that competes in these pageants does that as well. My personal platform is about keeping youth smoke and tobacco free, but there's a woman, thank you very much, there's a woman in the Ms. America pageant who has an autistic son, so hers is about autism awareness. There's a woman who lost her mother to breast cancer, so hers is about breast cancer awareness. And all these women have these passions because of a personal experience. Mine was that I've actually lost 3 family members to smoking-related diseases, and they all started smoking at a very young age. So if I can just get one child convinced that they shouldn't start smoking, that's really important to me, and it makes it worth it. So there is so much more to pageantry. I've gained self-confidence, public speaking skills. I've made it into a career. I've actually worked for Porsche, Chrysler, Lincoln vehicles, including being a corporate spokesperson and standing in front of people and just telling them about my passions and just trying to convince them to buy cars, I guess, too. So it's worked out pretty well for me. And I've met a lot of great other women who have such accomplished lives, and I've built this great network of friends and people that I can count on, and so pageants just really is so much more than just the competition. So I do encourage every woman in here to think about it. Just give it a try. It's scary, it's nerve-wracking, but you might really surprise yourself. You know, the first time I got up on the stage, I didn't know what I was doing, admittedly, but I came out, being a winner. So it really is something to think about, and just believe in yourself and have that positive attitude, and make sure you remember that life is beautiful.